Hi all. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. My name is Amira and my channel is all about trying new makeup, talking about new makeup, but also finding new and exciting ways to be inspired by the makeup you already own. If that sounds good to you, I hope you will consider subscribing, and if you enjoyed today's video, hitting the like button. So we are on to Mothership 3, my friends, in my series Pat McGrath Day to Night, where I go through each of the motherships in my collection. I own 8 in total, and we do a day and a night look. Day and night. Like Kid Cudi, day and night. Okay. That's what we're doing today. We are doing a day and a night look using the beautiful Subversive palette. Now, this is my least favorite of all of the motherships. I love it. The beautiful. It is a beautiful palette. It's not a palette that I immediately reach for. And I've used it a little bit, but not a lot. So this is going to be a fun little experiment for me too, guys. This is going to be interesting for me too, because this is the least used of all of my motherships. And but let's go through this. Let's go on this journey together. Let's go on this journey of discovery, of creative discovery together. Let me zoom you in. All right, gang, you are zoomed in. I had some mascara on earlier that I took off, and then I had to like fix my concealer, and my eyes are primed, but I am ready. My face is done. I have face makeup on, blush, bronzer, all that good stuff. We'll pick a lipstick. I have an idea of a lipstick that I want to wear with this look. It's a Lisa Eldridge, or looks, but we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. So let me grab a fluffy brush here, and so I'll show you what she looks like. As you can see, she has a brown matte and a black matte. The rest of these are metallics and then her special shades. So like I said with my last video using Sublime, let me take, this is how little I've used this. It still has, although I never take these off of any of my palettes, so that's not really an indication of anything. But anywho, as I said in my last video when I did my looks with Sublime, is that you can still create really beautiful looks even when there are only 2 matte shades and they're both dark, because Pat's metallics work so well as satins. So what I've decided to do, and I'm using the same brush that I used in that video, it's still dirty, whatever, which is the Sonia G Crease Pro, and I'm going to go into the shade Lazarus, which is this shade here, which looks like a matte, but my friends, it is not. It is this really soft, beautiful, metallic-y color. So we're gonna go metallic-y color, metallic. So we're gonna go in with that. And again, I'm using a soft crease brush. I'm tapping my brush off. This one is darker, so I'm gonna go a little bit softer with this. And I'm not actually gonna go all the way into the crease with this. This look is gonna be a little more simple, with fewer shades than the one that I did with Sublime, and I'm gonna show you what this is gonna look like. So, as you can see, I was able to create really beautiful definition, and I'm slowly buffing that into the crease. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit more. There we go. And I'm going lighter as I move further inwards on my eye. So look at that. This is one shade. And it was all based on how much pressure I used while I was applying it. I went heavier and then softer. I didn't apply any more product on my brush. I just went heavy and then soft. That's it. That's all I did, y'all. Now, I'm going to dip again just a little bit because I want to bring this up just a tad bit higher on my brow bone, like so. Very pretty, right? Now I'm going to take Skin Show Fever, and I'm actually going to apply that with my finger. So I'm going to tap that, Let me stop. Everything sounds like a song to me today. I don't know why. And I'm applying that lightly all over the lid. Super bright, but give me a second. I'm not done. Going back into Lazarus. And I'm just going to blend that further into the crease to create this really soft. Do you see, like I basically blended them together so that you still get the brightness on the inner part of the lid, but you still get the smokiness. And this is something that I would wear like during the day if I didn't want anything super intense. You can then take the same shade and put that in your inner corner. You can wet the brush if you want it more intense, like so. And then for the lower lash line, I'm going to take, do I have my brush here? Yes, I do. I'm going to take Lazarus again, and I'm going to apply it all the way around. Softly. I'm not putting any pressure or anything like that. I'm going to take my, a little bit of fallout. And I'm going to apply mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, gang, I am back and this is the finished look with mascara. And again, like I said with Sublime, is that when you're using her metallics as satin, they give the eye this really beautiful, like candlelit, soft lit look. You know, it kind of just makes everything feel very diffused, but the sparkle in the shades, which is subtle, but it's still there, just makes the eye glow. And that's what I love. And again, if you want this more intense, wet your brush. Don't use your finger. Go in with a wet brush and you can do that. But I wanted to show you something really soft, not really simple. I only used 2 shades to create this look. I used this shade and this shade. That's it. Let's move on to nighttime. All right, gang. So for nighttime, I have so many options. This is the thing. This palette, it's not my jam, but you have a ton. Like this to me, if I was to say there was a nighttime or a party palette or a club palette in the Pat McGrath range, it would be this one, because look at all of these options I have. I have this one and that one and that one and that one and that one. I used this one in a video already, so I'm kind of curious about going in with something different. I might still incorporate that one, maybe on the lower lash line, but I think I want to do something different this time since I've used that shade recently. Let's start. Let's just go in. Let's go in. Let's see what happens. You know, I'm going to use a different brush since I had metallic on this one. So let me see. Let me find another brush. Great. I'm going to use this one. So this is my Sonia G Classic Crease from the Sky set. I'm gonna go in with deep shade, which is the matte brown, and I'm gonna start this look similar to how I started my look for Sublime, but you will see the difference shortly, my friends, shortly. So this palette is definitely, I would say, on the cooler side between this and Sublime. Not as cool as Subliminal, but definitely cool. And so I want to kind of lean into that a bit, and I'm going to play with some metallics on the lid, but I'm going to use more than one. I'm going to show you what you can do with this. I'm going to show myself what we can do with this, because I'm discovering too, and I enjoy doing that on camera with you guys, you know, like trying out some stuff that I've already have in my collection that maybe I haven't used because I'm like, well, I don't know. And I still kind of, you know, I still am that way with certain palettes where it's not so much I don't know how to use the formula, but the color stories kind of stump me, and I'm going in now with, is this Extreme Black? Yeah. She basically has the same black, which uses black in her palettes. It's almost always Extreme Black. And again, like I said before, I'm not blending this, I'm tapping it into where I want it, like I did with Sublime. But yeah, we all have palettes that like we own them, but maybe they're just not ones that we reach for very often because they're maybe not the color stories that we're used to. And for me, when I bought this palette, it was really on a whim. It was really sort of like the completionist in me wanting to own it so much as me actually wanting to own it. But I own it now, and I don't regret purchasing it. You know, it's not like that. But it's probably my least favorite of the Motherships because it's the color story that I'm the least like attracted to. Not that it's bad or anything. And I'm taking, which shade is this? Deep shade. And I'm literally softly bringing that in. So do you see what I did there? Again, this is just 2 shades. Alrighty. I'm very happy with that. So now I'm going to go into this shade here called Black Meadow. And let's take a 21 from Repper. We're going to dip, dap, dip into that baby. I feel like mine has a little hard pan from when I mistakenly put my brush in it while it was wet. Not the smartest move, but spray my brush. And I'm applying this just to the first half of my lid. Into the black here. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to flip my brush. I'm going to dip it into Blitz Amethyst. I'm going to spray my brush again. And I'm going to take that shade and blend it into my other metallic that I just used. Like so. Now, because this one that I got hard pan on, which is all my fault, I'm going to go back in with my finger just to strengthen that tone. And then I'm going to do the same with this one just to even them out. There we go. Of course, I'm going to have some fallout from that, but that's okay. So, how pretty is that? That's pretty. I'm very happy with that. Now, let's do the lower lash line. And I'm going to pick up this tiny little Kyoto brush, and I'm going into Deep Shade. And I'm going to, I think it's Deep Shade. Yeah, I don't have my glasses on, so if I say a name wrong, it's because I can't see, guys, really. And I've got, as you can see, I've got fallout all on my nose and stuff from that gunmetal shade. So I'm going to clean that up in a bit, but I did want to note it because, as I've said before, if you are doing this in real life on your own time, do your eyes first when you're using Pat McGrath. It's just easier. I did my face first because I wanted this to be about the eyeshadow and I didn't want to do like a full face on camera. I wanted to have all that out of the way for you guys so we could just focus on the eyeshadow. Now I'm going into Extreme Black. Dip, deep. I got a little bit of that in my waterline. Above that for me. I'm sure my eyes going to now water incessantly. Okay, just a little. And now I'm going to take the same brush and I'm going to dip into Night Creature. Excuse me, I'm sounding a little stuffy. I've got air blowing on me because it is so hot today. If you hear a hum, that's what that is. I've decided I will not suffer for beauty anymore and I will keep my air running when I'm filming because it is a lot. to be sitting under hot lights in 90-degree weather with no air. I'm a human, okay? I'm a human, not a robot. All right, so there is Night Creature on the lower lash line. I'm gonna take that brush, same brush, I'm gonna wipe it off. And I'm thinking we're going to go into Gigabyte because duh. I'm gonna spray my brush again. And with Gigabyte, what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna start up here, go into the inner corner, and then wrap it like so. And then gonna flip my brush on the other side and take a little bit more of this blue to make those blend nicely together. There we go. I'm going to go apply some mascara to this side and hopefully it will stop running. And I'll be back. All right, gang, I am back. I have applied mascara and then I applied a lipstick. I tried this Lancome Drama, L'Absolu Rouge Drama Matte in Purple Fascination. I don't think I like it. I don't know. This is my first time wearing this. I bought this a while ago on sale at Ulta and I don't think I like the formula. I don't know if I got an old one or if it's just really that dry, but I mean, applying it was not pleasant. But I figured this would work for what we're going for here, especially this side. I mean, come on. The drama. The drama. Look at that. So even with this, I like it, but especially that. It's so pretty. All right, guys, so let's do a little wrap up here. So this is the most use I've gotten out of this palette since I purchased it. And I have to say, I like it more now. Isn't that amazing when you use makeup and you get more use out of it? You're like, oh, I have a different opinion about it. Isn't that magical? But yes, and the thing I like the most about it is this shade Blitz Amethyst, this blue shade. It kind of reminds me a bit of the shade in Subliminal when I apply one of the other special shades on as a topper. It kind of looks a little bit like that. And then of course Gigabyte, which is, to me, that's the standout in this palette, hands down, is Gigabyte. I know for a lot of people it's Night Creature. Night Creature's pretty. Gigabyte is prettier, in my humble opinion. But yes, this is the day look using only 2 shades, and this is the night look using way more than 2 shades. But I wanted to do that on purpose. I'm like, I want to show you guys how to use a few shades, but then show you how to use pretty much all your whole palette and what kind of look you can create with that. I used for this look, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I used 6 shades for this look and 2 for this one. And I didn't use the same shades. I think that's pretty awesome. Let me know what you think. Do you own this palette? Has this palette been something that's been on your radar, but you've been a little scared off by it? Let me know in the comments down below what you think. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, to subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye now.